Well, hello, good afternoon, and welcome back to Pete's Plastic Playground. It's good to see you again, and thanks for all the responses to the last video, which seemed to go down quite well. Just wanted to check in again with you all, and I hope I find you all well and keeping your chins up, and that all the modelling is going well. Update from my workbench is on the old Hercules. This is the really old the old moulding of the C-130K that comes with the Bloodhound missile that I'm doing a bit of a nostalgia trip on. So there it is, fuselage halves together, internal glazing in, nose still stuck together with Tamiya tape just to make sure I get as good a joint as possible and as little filler. As you can see there, there's already a nice yawning gap there to fill in under the cockpit window. But anyway, apart from that, coming on quite well, and you'll have to excuse me, I've had a bit of a dicky throat. Nothing COVID, but just been a bit ropey the last few days. I've got the ramp. I'm going to have this set with the ramp in the down position, so it's loading the Bloodhound. So it will be on the deck with the ramp down and the Bloodhound being swallowed up inside it. But yeah, it's really enjoyable. Just quite good fun sanding down the seams while trying to preserve the what passes for panel lines. But I'm not going to go to the trouble of scribing them in or anything like that. I'm building it as nature intended, as it came out of the box. So that's how it was when I last did it with or I last watched my dad do it about 50 years ago now. So so that's it. That's the old Hercules coming on quite nicely. Today's Saturday. I've been round and spent a nice afternoon at my local model shop, and met another friend there, a chap called Stuart, who's got a channel on here that I'd highly recommend that you investigate, called Keep Calm and Build Stuff. So that's on YouTube, Keep Calm and Build Stuff. So Stuart and I, together with Howard, who's the proprietor of Berkshire Dolls House and Model Shop, we've been stood around chatting for an hour or so, chewing the fat about this, that and the other, and having a bit of a laugh while doing it. And so one of the things that came up is that Hornby Humbrol have brought out some new dropper bottle paints, which I quite like the concept of. I think my favourite Humbrol paint bottles are these, where you've got the little flipper lid, and then inside there's a little lip that will catch the drips. I quite like those bottles. But this new dropper bottle, it's the first one I've seen, and Howard from Berkshire Dolls House and Model Shop kindly gave me one of these to bring home to try out, and certainly I'll do a review on this tomorrow when I've had a chance to use it. So it's the Hornby acrylic dropper bottles. It'd be interesting to see what the condition of the paint is like, because this is getting up there on a parallel with the you know, the big boys, the Valeos and the AKs and so on that I like to use. So yeah, let's go in with an open mind, try it out tomorrow, and I'll come back to you and give you my opinions. Another kit that I've got hold of in recent weeks, I don't know about anybody else, but Facebook Marketplace. Listen, there's a Hurricane floating around here. I think it's going into White Wolfham. It's been over a couple of times. So actually no, that's not the Hurricane. I don't know if you can hear it on the microphone. That's just an ordinary light aircraft. Yes, going back to this, on Facebook Marketplace, I always keep a little eye out to see if anybody's offloading a kit. And I know my wife, I might have told you before that my wife actually obtained for me a 1/24 scale Sea Harrier for absolutely nothing. This lady just gave it to her, and I came home from a day out at the Tank Museum, and there was this massive kit on the side in the kitchen for me. Facebook Marketplace, however, people do sell kits, and I got this baby for a £5, and it's new, untouched, and all complete inside. And it's a Airfix 172 scale Dogfight Double, Great old Airfix artwork on the front. Look, the Mosquito and the ME262. And I tell you, inside, both kits are bagged up. Okay, don't get too excited because I'm not going to open any of these up. Look, the paints and the brushes are all intact and complete. There's the old 262 bagged up. I've got a nice old display stand in there, and the destructions and the decals are all complete. So guys, it's worth keeping an eye on that little Facebook. I shouldn't probably say this. I'm not doing myself a disservice here, aren't I? I'm not doing myself any favours sharing this, but hey, we're all spread out all over the world, aren't we? So I'm sure there's enough to go around, and I hope as a result of passing on the word, somebody out there gets a nice little gets themselves a nice little bargain such as this that I've got with this Dogfight Double set. Dogfight Doubles have always really I've always thought was a great concept in the first place. I always liked looking at them and dreaming about them in the old Airfix catalogue when I was a kid, and this one was out when I was young. I remember this one. So excuse me, Dogfight Double, Messerschmitt 262 and a Mozzie for a £5 with all the paint. So keep an eye on that old Facebook marketplace, gents. That's well worthwhile. And going back to my local model shop, he's had a delivery in from Hornby, from Airfix, and I decided to buy myself this FA18A Hornet, which is a starter set, and intend to build it rather than just leave it in the stash. I'd make this a sort of quick intermediate build to amuse myself. I think, you know, you're inclined to take it indoors when the weather's cold and sit at the dining table with this, because it's all compact. I thought you'd be interested to see it anyway, because it's something, it's an old kit, but I think it's a good subject for Airfix to bag up as a starter kit and perhaps appeal to beginners, youngsters, and I know it was supposed to be in league with Top Gun coming out, albeit the wrong Hornet for that link in, but the film Top Gun's been delayed, but they still brought out the Hornet, and I think that was quite a good move because it's an appealing kit. On the back of the box there's the colour scheme, and of course all the paints are included for making this particular model, and I haven't actually had a look to see which particular one it is. No, it'll probably say inside. But do you know what? The first thing I'm going to say to you about this starter kit, and it's a grievance, is it's a shame, especially for, you know, if a youngster gets one of these, it's a shame that it's such a bind to open the box, because both ends are glued down. You can't readily open it without, you know, kind of destroying the box. Well, not destroying the box, but you've got to be pretty careful about how you open it. And I just think it would have been better if they could have done a leaf fold end with a tab that goes in and a sticker, so that it's simple just to undo the end, open the flap, and then the contents come out. But the first thing you've got to do to this is, you know, take a pair of scissors to it or a knife and sort of break in, because the ends are glued down. Now I'm gonna, just for the sake of speed, use a pair of scissors on this, which I've got here, and just cut down this line, because already the stability of the box, in my opinion, is undermined by doing this, and you can't do it up nicely again. So there we are, that's that undone. So I had to cut that. Real shame, because that's all glued down. Right, undo the flaps, and out come the contents. Oh, just one more thing to say. There's only one flying hour on this, which I find surprising. A sizable kit. I would have thought that would have gone into for nearly 20 quid. I thought that would be worth 2 flying hours. So a bit stingy of Airfix. And I say, if a kid gets this as a present, he's got for one flying hour, he's got a long way to go of building starter kits before you can get a free one. So there they are, the 6 little acrylic pot paints there, 2 brushes and the glue ready for the project. Now inside here, that's what we like for a modern jet. Not too many decals. Okay, so no massive, great big, unlike the Phantoms and the new jets like the Buccaneer that we've had lately, where there's 1,000 stencils for you to stick on. There's a fairly small, nice crisp looking sheet of decals. I'll put the old tissue paper back on and have a look at the destructions. There are, how many stages? I've got loads of multilingual instructions at the beginning. Pilot, 2 fuselage, 20, yeah, 21 steps to complete this model. And it's quite nice because the fuselage is one of these top and bottom affairs, so it makes it a little bit easier, in my opinion, to sort of disguise the seam. All pretty basic. This is an old moulding by now, so it is fairly rudimentary, fairly basic. Just looking through the stages, it's it all looks pretty straightforward. Opportunity to have the air brake extended open. No opportunity to change the orientation of the control surfaces at all. Some ordnance on some hard points underneath, extended range fuel tanks and so on. Yeah, it all looks pretty basic. You can have the gear up or down, and you can have the cockpit canopy open as well, which is quite a nice nice little feature too. So that's the instructions. I didn't see any, oh yeah, of course, here we are, on the paint scheme on the back. Says the aircraft is based at the Naval Strike and Air Warfare Center, Naval Air Station, Fallon, Nevada, USA in 1990. So it's quite an old subject. Right, to the model itself. Here we are. Let's get the old, I've lost my scissors. Right, there's a prize for anybody that can tell me where I put them. Oh look, I put them away. Wow, what a good lad. Safety with scissors is always a prime consideration in Pete's Plastic Playground. Oh, that's the box open, or the bag open. And what have we got? Standard pack of clear plastic for the canopy. A sprue of bits and pieces there. Tail section, elevators, rear elevators, pilot in there, some hard points, some missiles, a couple of wheels on that sprue. So this is, I don't think the sprues are numbered, are they, on this one? Doesn't look like it. Nice heavy grey plastic, I must say. It doesn't feel too bad. Some recessed panel lines, but no massive amount of detail on it. As I said, it is an old kit. So we've got wings and extended range tanks and some undercarriage spars there. Another sprue of random bits, 2 vertical stabilizers, wheels, quite a nice cockpit seat there. Can you see that? That's not bad for a basic kit. It's all right. Nice bit of detailing on the wheel hubs as well. It's passable. It's very good. And actually, look at that nose gear assembly. Where is it? Can you see it? Yeah, look at that nose gear. That's okay, isn't it? Doesn't look too bad. Just sort of, there's a few bits there that you can pick out if you want to add some fine detail. Quite nice. Yeah, good. And then the top and bottom of the fuselage sections. Again, as I say, it's top and bottom assembly, so in my opinion it just makes it that little bit easier to hide the or to get rid of the seam. Jet pipes are a bit basic. There is some detail on there. I'm trying to get it so you can see it. It's not easy. There we are. There's a bit of detailing on the jet pipes, but if you want to, I mean, bearing in mind that this is an Airfix starter kit, so I'd always build it as it was sold to me. But if you wanted to go to town and get some nice aftermarket parts for it, then it's all there for you. So that's it. Since we last spoke, I'm very flattered to have gone past the 400 mark of subscribers, so thank you to those that have clicked that little subscribe button. If you haven't, I'm going to blow my own trumpet a little bit now. If you happen to be in and around the Berkshire area, Twyford, the village of Twyford, do pop along to the Berkshire Doll's House and Model Shop. He's on Wargrave Road in Twyford, just up from the crossroads. And if you look in the window at the moment, there's a couple of dioramas built by myself. My 148 Hurricanes are in there, and my Sussex diorama is in the window for the Battle of Britain commemoration. So it's all a bit subdued this year because no great air shows or celebrations taking place, but as I said before, I wanted to do something for Battle of Britain, and now it's in Howard's shop window. So yeah, shout out for Howard and Berkshire Model Shop, Berkshire Doll's House and Model Shop in Wargrave Road, Twyford, and also to Stuart's page as well, which is Keep Calm and Build Stuff. In the meantime, that's it from me. Lovely to see you all, and I'll be back very soon with the outcome of this new Humbrol paint test. I'm just going to give it a go and see what it's like. Thank you very much. All the best. Bye for now from Pete's Plastic Playground. Cheers, folks. Bye bye.